in my opinion, is this: I feel like there's a difference between being emotional about something and being passionate about it. So because you can have an emotional point or be passionate about something, but then it be all over the place emotionally.
Right.
So if we learn the difference between being passionate about something
Right.
and then being emotional, I think we'll get a better understanding.
Right.
And people will learn to be able to how to check their emotions because, like you said, when you passionate about something, you flowing in something. It's like I feel strongly about this.
Right.
You're gonna be careful with what you say,
right?
Because I want to cultivate what I'm passionate about,
right?
You're not gonna be reckless with your mouth when you want to work. You want to build homes for the homeless. You're passionate about that. You're not going to go to the people that's going to give you money to do that and talk all reckless and emotional. Because I just feel like that. You're going to do that,
right?
So I
think more strategic with it,
right.
Wow, wow.
So we'll have a raffle for a $100 gift card once we reach 100 subscribers.
Yes.
Because we want to get our vanity YouTube. So it'll be YouTube/Brothers Who Talk. Right now it's YouTube/user 57398-18.
Right.
We don't want that. We want our Brothers Who Talk vanity for YouTube. So we're driving to 100.
So once we get there, we'll give you a way to put your name in the pot, and we'll definitely give you an opportunity to get. So once we reach 100, we're gonna have a raffle or a drive or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Watch my words.
Amazon gift card at that, brother.
Bam.
Welcome to another episode of the Brothers Who Talk with Terry and AD. This podcast is about men talking about everyday shenanigans, the stuff that makes us mad, to the topics that concern why in the world do these guys have a podcast. Let's get to it.
So of course you guys can catch us on our podcasting platforms. We go live on Mile High Radio on Saturday afternoons. I think we still do. I haven't talked to Lynn.
Might have had a contract
and tell us, right? So we might want to check on that, man.
Yes.
So subscribe to the audio podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeart on Saturday, Stitcher. And so we are here to give you guys a little dose. Because society, this podcast today is going to be a little different because it's been so heavy in society the last couple of weeks, and we want to give you a little bit of light, but also give you guys a little bit of knowledge as well. Right. So what we want to do before we get into the knowledge of it, I want to ruin your brain. No, before we do that,
what's up,
AD? How was your week, man?
It's good. Listen, I need whoever spam risk is, and I want y'all to see that number. Call it. I don't know who they keep calling me.
It is, right.
They call and hang up. It don't even really ring. I don't know what kind of shenanigans they're pulling. So anybody that can help, please do. So long as y'all see that number. All right. Second, it's been interesting. My twin nephew and niece have been here for the last 2 weeks. I think it's been interesting. They're young. They're I think 2-ish. Yeah, Ooh. So it's been fun. Been good times. But all is well. Can't complain. Purposeful Forever is doing amazing, so I'm excited about that. If you don't know what Purposeful Forever is, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Research.
Right. But all is well. How's your week been going, sir? Your week without the crew.
Oh man! So those of you guys who are in here, my family has been gone for. This is the third week, I think it is, and it has been a train wreck emotionally for me, because my brain is so used to the chaos of them being here, and always doing something, always and kids bickering back and forth and all that. And to have the peace and quiet that it is now, it's like, what happened? What's really going on? So my week without them, my time without them has been rough, but at the same time, it's been liberating because I can sit here, go to bed when I want to. I can eat cereal in my house on my couch if I want to, watch when I want to. Don't have to fight over the TV. So it's good, but they'll be back. They pull out of Illinois next Thursday, so they'll be back by next Sunday. Along with that, those of you guys who've been following us, I lost my cast. I'm no longer casted. after my
Awesome.
incident with coffee.
Yes.
Here I am back with two good hands. Actually,
Yes, indeed.
the thumb is still swollen, but it still feels like I got the cast on. So it's like that.
Right.
But I'm good.
Awesome.
For that, it was a good week.
Okay.
And all of that. So now that we got that out the way, now I'm gonna ruin your brain. So I want you guys to go ahead and buckle on up here.
Let's get it. Top 5.
That's not what I wanted to play this time. All right, so the top 5, this section of this podcast, and this week's top 5, I'm going to read you guys 5 of the dumbest news articles across America. 5 of them, because I'm telling you, I couldn't get through 8 of them. I was reading them, like, good gracious. So, so the top 5, not really top 5 news articles, but 5 of them.
Right.
Top 5 section. 5 newspaper articles that's going to blow your minds. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Here's the first one. The article says, homicide victims rarely talk to police. Think about that for a second. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Homicide victims rarely talk to police. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because they're dead. They're homicide victims. They talk to the police. So, really, that? Come on, who thinks of this stuff? So okay, that one. Second one. We hate math says 4 in 10. Listen, okay, let's start over because it's crazy. We hate math says 4 out of 10, a majority of Americans.
Right.
No. The majority out of 10, 4 not the majority. So that was the key. What? We hate math. 4 out of 10, the majority of Americans. No, that is not how this works. 6 will be the majority out of 10. But who's counting, right? Because we hate math.
I get with you. This is bad. All right, let's keep going.
Number 3. Someone said in a newspaper article that breathing oxygen is linked to staying alive. Of course it is.
What
Because once you stop breathing oxygen, you die.
What are we
breathing oxygen? I'm like, I don't know where this came from. I'm like, oh my God, like this is like a legit newspaper article, and it's breathing oxygen is linked to staying alive.
Okay. Let
that sizzle in your spirit.
Yes, indeed.
Number 4.
Yes.
Statistics show that teen pregnancy drops off significantly after the age of 25. You want to know why?
You're not a teen anymore?
You're not a teen anymore. You know, I don't know who thinks of this stuff. And this article came out of a paper out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, back in December of '99. So it's a real article. It's out there. You know?
I'm about to say that's where marijuana is legal. That's
probably what happened. One of the reporters is smoking that wild cheap and don't know how to act. That's crazy, boy. So number 5, last one. One more, last one.
Oh man.
Marijuana issue sent to a joint committee.
And moving right along. Let's go on. That proceeds our. That is our top 5.
Those of you that get top 5. There you go. First of all, let me apologize to the people.
I don't know what just happened to Brothers Who Talk. I think we just dropped the notch.
If I killed the brain cell with those, my apologies. So one thing I wanted to incorporate real quick is a joke that I heard on TikTok. While we in that funny giving mood before we get into our topic, yes. The joke that I heard. You ready?
Yes.
All the people in the crowd and the people in the back. Y'all ready? Hopefully, if you like it, just tap into the comments if you like it. Okay. Yes. And shout out to Miss Loper, the Loper lady on TikTok, who has a great website. Her and her husband, blended something. I think I told you about it. I can't remember. But anyway, she had a joke, and the joke goes like this: what does a deaf gynecologist do?
I'm scared. What does he do?
What does a deaf gynecologist do?
What's that?
No, you know, guess. He read lips.
Move it right along.
Come on, don't tell me you didn't find that one hot. That was dope, man. Are you kidding me? Oh man, that was a good one. When I tell you, I heard. Yeah, sorry about that. We don't do jokes like that in this.
What
on this, but we did today. We want to apologize. So,
all right,
get into our topic. Before we get into our topic, though, we got to run an ad because we have to represent the brand. That's what we do here. All righty, we're back, man. Taekwon, man, he gave us a compliment and said, "Nice engineering work." Taekwon has a podcast. I think it's the Culture Professional. I'm not really sure. Awesome. Taekwon, if you're still here, man, put your stuff in the link just so I don't know, but I think it's the Culture Professional, but it's a pretty dope podcast. I was listening to them the other day.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate your compliment.
Yeah, man, we're learning over here, man. This is new. This is a new breed.
Yes.
I promise you.
Yes.
All right. So we are going to get into our topic really quickly because we don't want to keep you guys longer than we have to. So we can pull it up here. Where is it? All right. The topic is when the shark bites. Okay. Sorry. Topic is, can we remove emotion from the fight?
Can we remove emotion from the fight?
It's a good topic.
Yes. Yes. So I came up with this because I know in the midst of everything happening, the protests, the planned riots that aren't the protesters. I think it's sometimes, and even in discussions politically, when you talk to other people, emotions always seem to find their way into the discussion, and sometimes with emotion, it's hard to have a open conversation. And I know sometimes you got to get emotional for a change to happen. You got to get emotional to really push yourself to get involved. Because, like, you know, if for those that have lost someone through police brutality, they're in the fight because they got an emotional lift. They're seeing it as personal. I'm in this fight because I lost somebody. So I know sometimes that emotional angst is a thing that pushes you into the fight. But sometimes the emotion can be so much where we don't have a clear head and clear directive on what needs to change. You know, what is our agenda? What are we going after? What's our motive? What's the full picture? You know, and we just want to bash in heads, or we just want people arrested. We just want those that have done us wrong to just pay, you know. And sometimes in the fight, you know, those that are uninvolved get hurt. You know, those that are not part of the problem, they get affected. So today I just kind of want to talk about just how do we remove such high emotions where we're unable to hear someone who might have a slightly opposing view. And if you go, we do a broadcast Brothers of Legacy every morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and Periscope. Just a short ad right there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. We talked about kind of like allowing, if we have an agenda, have a goal, and me and the other person is something that's in common. We may not agree on everything, but we know we need to change this thing, you know, because even when it comes to police brutality, even some white people they've been on the other side, you know, they've gotten some level of brutality done to them. So I mean, let's keep it real. We can't ignore it, that it's never happened to them. It happens to them, but it seems as though it happens to us more often than not.
For sure.
So, and I say it seems as though because I don't have any statistical data in front of me. Right. So I'm gonna say that's why I say it like that. So, but it seems as though. Yeah. And I'm sure there's statistical data. I just don't have it in front of me. So I want to be clear in where my thought is coming from. Right. So with that being said, I you know, we in the Black community we know that it needs to change. Yeah. And as well in the white community, even though this other person may be a Trump supporter or may have a certain political, you know, may not exactly believe what I believe, but we both know this thing right here needs to change.
Right.
So we able to get the emotion out of the fight and know that this is what we're attacking right now. Now, once this thing is solved, we're gonna go back to being on our opposing sides and going back to the old discussions, but handling the things that need to change, right? Like some of the things I know, I'll say 90% of Americans want to change are things like term limits, because both sides always talk about cutting down the terms of these senators and House representatives that have been sitting in jobs forever and honestly are not doing the work that they used to do or have done, as well as even locally. I know sheriffs that need to retire. I'm not going to call names because I don't want no problems, but I know sheriffs that need to retire. No. You know, there are those that are in office that have been there way too long. They're too ingrained in a system and they're not making any more change, you know. So go ahead.
I'm going to say I need some of these senators and Congress people, excuse me, who have been in office forever. And I need for you guys to tuck in or to find your inner Teddy Pendergrass. I think you better let it go. Yeah, boy. It was a DJ in my former life. But no. But yeah, but to answer to go to the topic though, can we remove emotion from the fight or any fight for that matter? Right. I think I think it can be done.
Right. I got you.
But I think it'll be difficult because people don't want to let go of who they are.
Right.
Because when they're when they're pissed, they're pissed.
Right.
And it's gonna take God to get up from his throne, move to the left, move to the right, and do the Dixie shuffle for people to change when they're mad. I think, like I said, but I do believe that it can be done.
Right.
Because especially when we're enthralled in something, let's not talk about the political debates, the social side of it. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about on a personal level. You're dealing with your significant other, or you're dealing with your spouse.
Right.
And you guys get into a fight, and you guys get into a fight because the emotions are involved.
Right.
Can we remove that same energy, that same emotion from that fight when we get after she says get out? we lose all the emotion at that point. Like, I'm sorry, honey, I never meant to. Right. So, but my question to you, AD, is this: would it take that type of response in order for us to lose the emotion? So,
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Like to. What's wrong?
My boss just texted me. I'm not sure what this is about.
Okay. Okay. So,
sorry, y'all.
it's in the midst of everything happening. And when the truth happens, can we lose emotion out of the fight so we can focus on the goal? It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. And like Terry said, it is tough to get out of any emotion in the fight, and because the thing is, I speak about removing emotion from the fight is just being more strategic in what you do, being strategic in your action.
Right.
When it comes to relationships, a lot of times. So when it comes to relationships, removing the emotion from the fight is if we're having a disagreement, I want to be right. That's the emotional, like I want to be the man, I'm right, you wrong. But if you can remove the emotion from the fight to get to the goal, which is us getting better, then we talk differently. I'm able to express my issue in this situation and then be able to hear you to accomplish the goal. Like, I hear you, I understand what you're saying, and I apologize for what I might have said or what seemed to be meant in what I said. So it's, if you remove the emotion, then you can get to the goal. You know, because when you're so high in emotion, like, there's sometimes you get so high in a disagreement that you need to walk away. Like, my emotions is out of control right now. I'm gonna lose it, because every word you say is just making me more emotional. And that goes for guys too. We always say women are emotional, but guys can be emotional as well. Our emotion just unfortunately sometimes gets expressed in more aggressive manners, not even just laying of hands, but the way we talk, our speech changes. Sometimes we get so upset, we get angry, and you just say dumb stuff, And if we all know words hurt, and to women words stick. So,
yes, they do. Yes, they do. Don't get it twisted.
Right, right. They forgive you, but know that if you drop the B on them, it's stuck in their head.
I want people to understand this is that and these are, I will say this to y'all, that the opinions of this show are strictly those of ours. Nothing's set in stone, so we're not trying to force any opinion upon you. But this is just our opinion. And my opinion is this: I feel like there's a difference between being emotional about something and being passionate about it. So because you can have an emotional point or be passionate about something, but then it'd be all over the place emotionally.
Right.
So if we learn the difference between being passionate about something and then being emotional, I think we'll get a better understanding.
Right.
And people will learn to be able to know how to check their emotions, because like you said, when you passionate about something, you flowing in something, it's like, I feel strongly about this. You're gonna be careful with what you say, because I want to cultivate what I'm passionate about. Right. You're not gonna be reckless with your mouth when you want to work, you want to build homes for the homeless. You're passionate about that. You're not going to go to the people that's going to give you money to do that and talk all recklessly emotional. But I just feel like that. You gotta do that. Right. So I think
more strategic with it.
Right.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. So it's cool because we're human. We're gonna get emotional. Yeah. But it's removing that emotion and turning it into your passion. You're right. And letting that passion drive an agenda. So if you have an agenda, we want to make sure we accomplish our goals. So we're careful with how we fight, because you got to have that fight in you sometimes to get through situations or get through to your goal. But you got to have that passion allows you to be more focused on your agenda, because your emotion will get you all over the place. Right. You're right. You want to just speak your mind and you're just going to ruin everything. Emotion will have you bring a knife to a gunfight. Right. But you're not thinking rationally. So you definitely have to get out of the emotion and let the rational part of whoever, the rational part come out. Right. Because if you're faced with something, and the first thing you do is to go into hysterics and emotion, you're gonna forget everything. Like I said, you're gonna bring a knife to a gunfight, and then you're gonna be like, "Well, what happened?" Right. When the situation get through beating you up, you look back at it and go, "Well, what happened? Why? Because you was in your emotion. Yes. You didn't think. Your common sense went out the window. Now you're here. Right. Now. Yes, sir. You have to now be passionate about picking yourself back up. Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So if you just would have been passionate from the jump, we could have cut out the middleman a long time ago. True. And I had to deal with the emotion. Right. So, like AD said,
we're human.
Right.
Getting emotional or getting upset or being petty.
Yes.
we all do that.
Right.
But it's to a point where we have to get. It's to a point to where we have to control that.
Yes.
And
you do have to control.
Your point will not get across. It's kind of like trying to get from point A to point B as a concrete block in the way.
Right.
And if you're emotional, you can't get. You're like you're mad about the concrete block. You're like, I can't get through here.
Right. Wow.
Now, but you got to be. You know what? I got to be passionate. I'm gonna get to the other side. So guess what I'm gonna do?
Yes.
Let me see if they can formulate a plan.
Yes.
Let me get the right tools. Let me go get this pickaxe. Let me go do whatever, and then get to the other side. So, long story short, I say that to say this: all that cliches is get out of your emotion. Get out of your. When people say get out of your own way, that's what they mean.
Yes.
Get out of your emotion.
Because that is like the emotions are your head game.
Yeah.
That's where you have those conversations in your head. You go from 0 to 60 because of what you're thinking. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. Because you ever get into something, you have a full conversation in your head before you deal with somebody. And you already hear, like you ain't even said nothing to them yet.
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
Oh, man.
Hey, Shirley, get on some of these Facebook posts real quick. Get on some of those, and you go from 0 to 60, especially when you read Black Lives Matter, Our Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a little bit. But you read a couple of those posts, you be like, man, you know what? I'm gonna ring you up like Dollar Tree grocery. So shout out to Boogie B, comedian Boogie B. That's his thing. So because of that, you get right into your emotion.
Right.
And you're trying to comment and respond to these folks that are acting plumb idiots in these comments.
Right.
In emotion. And then you come out sounding crazy.
Right.
So you have to either do one or two things. Either come to a place of I'm okay.
Right.
And calm down and then respond with passion.
Right.
Or you can go off half cocked.
Right.
And come off exactly the way they think you are anyway.
Right. You're right.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Right.
I'm just saying we're doing too much, and then we want,
Right. We always and the worst is when you go off emotion, and it goes bad, and you feel like an idiot. You're just like, oh,
why did I do that?
Why did I do that? Yeah. Why did I tear up my own house? Because I'm angry.
Right. and if you think about it, it's too late at that point.
Right. Indeed. Yes, indeed. Because
those 30 seconds of, oh my God, yeah.
Right. And you can change your life in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
From going off of emotion. And like I said, and Perry made a good point, having that passion for what you want in your life or for whatever directive that you have, is different because now you have a goal. And you should have passion in your relationship because you know what you want to accomplish. I want to be happy with my significant other. So in every interaction, that's the goal. Right. I want to have to be happy in our relationship. It doesn't mean you just cow and take everything because you have feelings.
Right.
But you express them in a way that helps you move forward, not get you stuck. You want growth, you want to learn, you want to develop, and you want every relationship, every interaction to be fruitful. So you work on your language. You work on how do I approach this in a manner that gets my idea across without crushing the other person. Because it's not about winning. Emotion is about winning. We play ball. I'm emotional. I'm a win. You playing chess. I'm a win. I don't care how. I'm going to win.
I'm going to win.
But in the relationship, it can't be the same way. Go ahead.
Can't do it. So you were talking about your language, changing up your language.
Yes.
And I think Felix said this when we interviewed Felix before. Yes. And he said sometimes your next level requires you to change the way you talk.
Right.
And the way you use your mouth.
Right.
So before we go to commercial break here, I want you guys to catch this real quick.
Yes.
Is that change the way you talk. Because with mindset change, and when you go to that next level of change, you have to change the way you say stuff.
Right.
Like when I was little, I used to say, "Mom, can I go to the store?"
Right.
But as I gotten older, "Mom, are we going to the grocery store?"
Right. Right.
And then so on and so forth. So you have to change the way you open your mouth and when you get to that next level. So speaking of next level, we're gonna go ahead and go into a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Right back.
Right back. Yeah. So speaking of that particular ad, those two pictures that you saw are not very flattering, and we apologize for that. I think Miss Sam was going to say that. We love you, Sam. If she's listening, we love you, Sam.
It's all good. We're going to change it up. We're growing.
Exactly. For the last part of the show, though, last part of this podcast, I really appreciate you guys listening and supporting.
Yes.
Even though I haven't seen many comments, Miss Shirley Baker, my watch party, has threw up her hand though. But you guys can comment,
yes,
and you can throw emojis and all that. If we're saying and what we're saying to you is making sense,
right?
Why wouldn't you? It's
why
free.
Wouldn't you? It's free. Of course, you're nothing. Oh,
yeah. We're gonna get to the last part. Last portion, we're gonna talk about Our Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter because this is why it's at the end of the show because this is really quick. Because I want to read something about All Lives Matter. I mean, because you hear different cliches and this and that, but I want you guys to read. I'm listen to this and tell me what you think in the comments, or if you listen to the podcast, leave a message. Okay. So for all my All Lives Matter friends, and we have them. When the Boston Marathon was bombed, everybody's profile picture changed to Boston Strong. Nobody said all cities are strong. When the Las Vegas shooting happened, people changed their profiles to Stand with Vegas. Nobody said stand with everywhere. Right. Have you ever seen someone counter a breast cancer post with wait, what about colon cancer? But for some reason, if someone says Black Lives Matter, it turns into an all-inclusive All Lives Matter. Right. This is not either or. This is not an either or proclamation. When there is a crisis, we have always rallied around that particular group, city, or cause. It does not diminish any other group, city, cause. It just brings awareness and support to where it's needed. Nobody's saying our lives don't matter. Nobody's ever said that. But right now, it's us, our Black friends, families, colleagues, neighbors, and strangers that need our support. Right. And so I want my folks to always use that as a form of deflection to me. It is. All Lives Matter is definitely a deflection because like this meme said, when things happen or a cause goes down, it's always hashtag this. There's no debate.
Right.
When they came with I'm throwing my shoe at you. There's no debate. When they did, for example, the reason why I say I'm using this because I've been watching it as of late, the Survivor R. Kelly. Right. When they did Me Too. Right. And mute R. Kelly. Right. There was no hashtag mute everybody else. Right. It was mute R. Kelly. That was it. Right. You know. Right. They call Black Lives Matter a terrorist organization. They call it all kinds of stuff. You know.
We've been upgraded to a political organization.
Organization. That's right. We're political now.
Because before we were a terrorist group. I remember last year.
Who's your candidate? He's the Black Lives Matter candidate. Like, get out of here. But All Lives Matter is just like Shirley said on my watch party. It's an absolute deflection because people are mad because they don't have a movement. Right. I think. And so they smashed Black Lives Matter because Black Lives Matter is actually now getting somewhere. Right. Right. A few years ago when Black Lives Matter first started, it was atrocious. Right. It was violence and all that. And so we were immediately attached to all of that violence and stuff. But now Black Lives Matter is actually starting to calm down. Now having an agenda. We're painting streets.
Right.
Black Lives Matter. We're getting street signs. I think up in DC they have the street that goes to the White House painted Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Yeah, this guy.
Right.
I did a video the other morning on the Brothers of Legacy, and AD was talking, and he mentioned later on that I appreciate what you did, Terry, but this is what tracks emotion. And I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Because when I saw it, I was straight emotional and got mad. But I showed it because I want people to understand, if you watch something like that,
definitely,
and if it does not move your soul, if you have to, see the whale make this for the record, the whale makes you racist. I'm just saying, the whale makes you. If you see a man get shot, an unarmed man get shot, and the first thing you say is, "Well, you're racist." Quit it. You're racist. Get out of here.
Boom. We got it.
We love you though. Mike Dropper. When you use the word "well," like, yeah. But we're not saying, and I speak on behalf of the delegation. The cookout, all that. We're not saying that all lives don't matter, because we all matter,
right,
in the grand scheme.
Of course.
But just like Siri will tell you, all lives matter until won't matter until Black lives matter.
Right, like Martin Luther King, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere.
And so you can't catch that. And lately, AD, I don't know how you feel about this whole topic with the Confederate flag. I think we talked about this
Monday. I think Monday.
Yeah.
This is Monday.
So everybody, when I tell you, these folks pissed with the Confederate flag, with the statues being removed.
Right.
They are truly mad about it. They don't know how to. Because back in my hometown, at our courthouse, there's a Confederate soldier. There's a statue of a Confederate soldier in front of our courthouse, and there's a petition to have that soldier removed.
Wow, that's awesome.
And so I signed it.
Of course,
I'm a G. I signed it and I shared it because I'm paid like that across social media. But I signed the petition because I believe it should be gone.
Right.
And people that I went to school with, ran with, was in my inbox deep, like, why should we remove the statue?
Wow.
Because it symbolizes this. It symbolizes wrong. It symbolizes hate. It symbolizes slavery. What are you talking about?
Right.
Well, we shouldn't. Why we gotta move because y'all say so? Oh.
So you know what's so crazy? Okay, so removing a lot of the emotional part of it, but why would we have statues? Now it's part of our history. It's part of America's history, no doubt. But why would you have the statue of an enemy that we defeated?
Right. You lost the war.
Right. Wow.
Robert E. Lee surrendered, did he not?
Right.
Okay.
So that's always think about that. Always, like, why do we have commemorating those that we had a war against, a fight against? And like I said, you don't make it disappear because it's part of history. It's part of American history. Yeah. It is. But it should be definitely dealt with. So go ahead, brother.
So Samantha asked a question on my watch party. She says that's the Miz is in the living room probably. And she asked the question. She says, "I'm curious. Removing the statue does what?" Right. That's a good question, and it doesn't really do a lot. But I would like to see it because he was ugly. he was ugly. It was an ugly statue.
I mean,
it was just needs to go.
I mean, I believe it's a symbol that shouldn't be grandstood, like have a grandstand in front of us. Now, I do agree with the symbolisms. I'm not moved by them. Right. You know what I'm saying? So removing it or not, you're right. It doesn't doesn't matter. I need laws changed. I need things done. I need
Right.
legislation. I need legislation happening more than because we don't. Because even the Black Lives Matter on the street, like I told Sam, I said the best one was just in front of the White House. That was probably the best slap in the face that you
the best.
That was beautiful. Everything else is like, it's okay, but it's because it's just symbolism, and I'm happy that they're finally recognizing us. I kind of give a side eye, like, why right now? Because George Floyd ain't the first, so right. I just like, why right now? If George Floyd was like Denzel Washington, right. Like if George Floyd was Barack Obama, like if it was someone of a prominent level and they have them, like they only on it because someone of a certain stature had happened to, but it's just I'm remaining side-eyed. I'm not that I'm not excited that change. It seems like it's beginning to move or evolve, but I'm a little side-eyed that it's just happening now. Right. What moved the needle? What happened? And granted, the protests are continuing and they're constant. So I know that's making everybody a little angst and make them move. Like I've said before, like in Walmart, they make an announcement that we love you black people kind of thing. They didn't say it like that, but basically in a nutshell,
that's what you say.
We love you black people. Amazon, like, hey, we love black people.
So wait,
hey, we love black people. Yeah, right.
So you hate us before? Is that right? What happened?
Just in case y'all didn't know, we love black people. So now everybody's on the we love black people. So it's there. At least there's a recognition. At least there's a recognizing that we exist. Our money exists. So and maybe that's it. So I do like the symbolism, but it doesn't move me anymore. Like back in the day when they did like a Martin Luther King street, like, yeah, we got a street, y'all. Malcolm X street, yeah, we got a street. But now all the symbolism doesn't mean anything until legislation changes. Yeah. And the attitude, and the attitude of corporations and businesses begin to change as well.
Yeah, change the law. And so and my wife's party still, I'm not sure why they're not on the page, but and my wife's party.
But you can move them, like, hey.
Yeah, just move over here. You're in the wrong place.
So we can put you up.
So Sam says, shouldn't all this energy be put into more non-frivolous changes? And I agree with you. Right. I think that, but Shirley Baker came right behind and said, it takes away the visual reminder with the statues and things. Takes away the visual reminder, which is the first step, which is true too. Right. And Sam just came back and said, right, they've done that before. So they kind of going back and forth with my wife's party. I wish they was over here.
So we can put them up.
It's okay. It's okay. I can't copy and paste it from the white party.
It's okay.
So yeah, removing the symbolism is a big step.
Yes,
I do agree that we should take, but I don't think as far as there's no money's exchanging hands.
I think
it's just. Okay, stay over here. Come on, Shirley, we're waiting on you, baby. All right. So yeah, I think it's removing the statue because I used to hate driving by that courthouse.
Right.
When I would go home and see that Confederate soldier sitting there.
Right.
Knowing what it symbolized. It says it's cosmetic. Knowing what it symbolized. It's just like when we went to war with Iraq. And they knocked down the statue of Saddam Hussein, who's a freaking dictator. Right. And it just took away that symbolism. It didn't really change anything until they were liberated and voted on their own.
Right.
But they're similar to be able to not see that firsthand account of that the sight of this man who gassed his own people and all of that. It's tremendous symbolism, and no one has to take a look at it.
Right. Absolutely. So, it's a statement. I believe so. To Sam's point, we could do the legislation and write that in there, like on top of. Need to take that a statute and give us these particular rights, police changing. That should happen to kind of. And here's the thing. So some of the legislation that we do desire, like some of the police changes. I don't, and it's kind of hard to say. It doesn't really level the playing field. It kind of just keeps us from being hurt so much, if that makes sense. Like some of the changes that we seek, especially when it comes to police, because that seems like our biggest opponent right now. Like in the not even police, but the justice system. Period. the Ahmaud Arbery's and the Trayvon Martin is about the justice system. You know, like 2 men or 3 men that got off and were not immediately arrested after killing somebody. You know, they immediately, because this is not the police being arrested. These are citizens that needed to be arrested because they killed somebody. Yeah. And it's crazy how the justice system is swift to convict us and send us to prison. And if you watched on Netflix, was it The Innocence Project? You can see so many that were convicted and had nothing to do with the crime.
Right.
That blows my mind, because honestly, for years I used to be like, well, maybe they were around there, maybe they knew the person. You know, like I always felt there was some kind of connection, like
none,
something like they were my uncle. They're like none. I'm like, how do you totally throw somebody in jail that had nothing to do with the crime? But anyway, so with the justice system, I think that those changes need to be made. Yeah, and it's funny, like all of the things that we're fighting for helps everybody.
Yeah. Right.
Everybody. So that's the crazy part. Like everything we push for, even was it the civil rights bill, didn't just help us. It helped everybody.
Right. So, yeah. I mean, and I'm reading Sam's comment, and Sam says it doesn't change anything. It's not about changing anything. It's about taking that symbolism away. We don't want change. Forget change. I want the dang on statue down because it doesn't change anything, because it doesn't change the heart of people. It doesn't change the mindset of people. Forget all that. It's about we need, like AD said, we need to get in there, get some reform changes. Let's change the law. Let's change that.
Right.
I give a crap if it doesn't change. I don't.
I look at it. Right.
I'm not looking at it.
I mean, I get the flag and all that. Yeah, with that, you know, we need to get rid of. I do agree with that. But you know, like I just don't want the fight everyone to go back home. We need things to change, not our petty. Yeah, but I think at the end, with the flag and with the statues, they need to happen. But the fight doesn't stop. You understand what I'm saying? We still keep pushing with that. With what they say, keep that same energy with the laws, legislation, and amendments. But we just need to keep that the energy, the same energy. All right, you two. I got it.
I love my sister.
All right, so we appreciate you. Don't make the fan. So we appreciate you guys rocking with us. We appreciate you guys listening to our podcast. I need you guys to do something, and I'm gonna start having to ask in the beginning, because I know most people may not listen to a podcast or watch this thing all the way to the end.
Right.
Yes. So actually, I'm probably going to take this snippet, put this at the beginning.
Right.
Listen,
and he will, y'all. I promise.
I need you guys to rate our podcast and our YouTube page. I need you guys to comment on our podcast and let us know what you think of us. I don't even care if you don't like us. Just put something, and do the same on YouTube. So if you're watching us, listening to us, I need your opinion. I need you to know. Let us know how we're doing and what our direction is, and things that you may want to hear us talk more about. All right. Real talk. So I appreciate you guys listening and watching, because those things matter. It helps us on the ranking on Apple, as well as the ranking on YouTube. So I thank you guys for listening. I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for participating in the conversation.
The conversation, the whole thing. The whole thing. Before we go,
yes,
on the YouTube channel, we are on a drive to 100.
Yes,
everybody who is in here, whether you're on Facebook and my watch party, whatever, we are on a drive to 100. That's the first step in getting monetized and all that on jazz on YouTube. 100 subscribers.
Right.
I am going to put up a $100 gas card for the 100th subscriber.
Ooh.
I repeat that.
The 100th subscriber.
We are driving to 100 on the YouTube Brothers Who Talk page.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to put up a $100 gas card or gift card to the 100th.
No. Matter of fact, hold on, because it's hard to tell who's the 100th.
Okay.
No. You know what? We can, because everybody subscribes.
Right.
But so let's do this. Let's do this, because I might pull my subscribe left if I'm like 90, if I'm 98. I'm taking mine out because you can unsubscribe and I'm come back. So
then you be 98 again.
You're gonna subscribe and unsubscribe. So
yeah,
we do a raffle. We're gonna do a raffle. So once we reach 100, we're gonna give away $100. Right. She said I'm unsubscribed until you get to the right. I'm popular.
You know what? You ain't right.
Because everybody's gonna watch.
But now that you mention it, it's kind of right though. Right? You got to right about that. So we'll have a raffle for a $100 gift card.
Yes.
Once we reach 100 subscribers.
Yes.
Because we want to get our vanity YouTube, so it'll be YouTube/Brothers Who Talk. Right now it's YouTube/user 573988-18.
Right.
We don't want that. We want our Brothers Who Talk vanity for YouTube. So we're driving to 100.
So once we get there, we'll give you a way to put your name in the pot, and we'll definitely give you an opportunity to get. So once we reach 100, we're gonna have a raffle or a drive or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
watch my words.
Amazon gift card at that, brother.
Bam!
They love Amazon around here.
We're gonna give that away once you reach 100. So listen, share it. We're gonna definitely by tomorrow we'll have the YouTube up. And I'm gonna actually go live. We're gonna go live and talk about it quickly, and we'll put it up. And want you guys to subscribe. Help us spread the message, spread the word. We work hard with some of this content. We're a little silly at times, but we appreciate you guys supporting. So with that being said, is there anything else?
That's it, brother. We about this piece. Y'all have a great one. We'll see you next week.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you for watching and listening to the Brothers Who Talk. Brothers Who Talk with Terry and AD. Check us out again next week, where we bring you a steaming helping of common sense, laughs, and advice. We can be found on any podcasting platform, iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. We're also on milehighradio.com, Saturdays at 12 Eastern. See you there.